I also believe this argument that, oh, well, why are there women in their 30s or 40s who are single? It obviously means they're not being picked.
Women are tired of dating men. Because when you think about being in a relationship with a man, the kind of stress, the kind of, it's that you're with a man child, or you're with a mommy's boy, or you're with a woman beater, or you're with a cheat, or you're with someone that doesn't even know how to clean after himself, or you're with someone that doesn't even know how to treat a woman well. Like, there must be something. There must be something in one of these men. So women are tired. But you see, men, when they see a woman that is in her 30s and in her 40s that is single, they are quick to say, oh, you're single because you cannot get a man. No. Women in their 30s and 40s that are single because they chose to be single. Getting a man is the easiest thing to do. Having to date a man right now is the easiest thing to do. But then when a woman decides to choose to be single, she make that decision. She doesn't want to be with a man. She doesn't want to settle. Let me show you all this clip how this man was, talking about the whole dynamics, why women are no longer interested in dating men anymore. I'll see you at the end of the clip.
Also believe this argument that, oh, well, why are there women in their 30s or 40s who are single? It obviously means they're not being picked. No, I think it means, and this might be a lot larger for a lot of dumbass people to understand, that when women constantly educate themselves and they're constantly evolving and constantly like continuing to immerse themselves in who they are and understanding what it is that they desire, their toleration for bullshit goes down. But you also have to think about the contrary. If you have men who aren't going to get educations, men who aren't going to therapy, men who are actively listening to pipelines and allowing social media and other people who fit into their friend groups that follow the same narratives that they're following while regurgitating what they believe back onto each other, they're like in this just like broly like echo chamber. They're also not growing. Like every year, every 2 years, every 3 years, every 4 years, every 5 to 10 years that are going by, if those men aren't growing, the dating pool isn't growing bigger or growing smaller. It's staying exactly the same. And the women who are dipping their toes in are recognizing a majority of the people that they're talking to are like, they're all connected. Do you think all of these men don't have friends? And that their friends don't have friends who are connected to people who own businesses, who own this, who own that? Like, they're all of these men are still living. Like, they don't just die and go to a different planet when a woman doesn't like them, which would be honestly insanely cool. Like, imagine that if a woman just didn't like a man and he just went elsewhere because he just didn't fit the bare minimum. Honestly, that would be a really, really cool concept to think about. Mm-hmm. Moving forward, these men don't go anywhere. They're not being rejected and saying, damn, let me just fly to a different planet. One, because they 9 times out of 10 don't have the money. And 2, they think that since so many women are accessible and they're being fed these pipelines that women should be catering to them, they just continue to go search when one says no. There's no self-reflection because no one's actually flipping the mirror back onto men. Well, men aren't, not no one, because no one conjoins with me insinuating that it's women. It's really men, which I caught. Men, us, we're not flipping those behaviors back onto ourselves. And I'm specifically talking about heterosexual men because I'm gay. But we're not flipping those behaviors back onto ourselves and saying, how can I be better so that the next woman that comes along would actually have the desire to choose me? Because I don't get to choose her. I pick her, I court, I do as millions and millions of things that I need to do to make sure that I even have access to this woman for the rest of my life. But she's choosing me, and the minute she drops me, I'm done. And then I have to start over again. But that's the thing. Women are just, y'all are like, oh, they're 30, they're 40. No, some of these women are literal geniuses. They spent years of being emotionally, physically, psychologically taken advantage of, that they have turned into hardened steel, and it pisses so many other men off, which is why they run this narrative of the older you get, nobody wants you. No, the older they get, they recognize they don't want any of y'all. Like, I truly believe that there are women out there who are fully solidified and comfortable with dying alone because the idea of any man having access to them again feels like death itself. And I feel like women would rather die like knowing they love them than die at the hands of another man who couldn't give a fuck about them and just wants them for some coochie. Like, that's it. That's all women have to offer to men from a male's perspective. I just want the box. Point blank period. I don't care. Any man, I already know, bro. I already know because I've been around the game. I've been around the people who talk like that. I've been around the people who walk like that. And I remove myself from them situations. Women aren't lonely. They're actually very, very, very happy. I believe sometimes women definitely think about, the desire of actually feeling intimacy and feeling touch, and then they realize they can go out and buy products, they can go out and get a drink, they can go out and read a book, they can go out and spend time with themselves, because the idea of sex satiating that one small desire that they feel in that moment is obsolete to them recognizing the magnitude of what it takes for somebody to actually have the intellect and the desire and the emotional groundwork to like pursue them in any way, shape, or form. And men don't want to grasp that. They just want to say, oh, nah, it's getting to a point. She ran through. Nobody cares about her. Nobody loves her. She's grown into this and grown into that. No, you're, and I hate to use this word because I have the vocabulary to actually explain what you are, but I just want to piss you off low key. You're a bitch. You have no shame in who you are. You do not look within. You have no emotional understanding of how to grow. That is why you are frustrated that women are alone. And you are in this conscious cycle of sexual limbo where your libido is rising and falling because you think that you're leveling up when you're away from a woman. Oh, I'm going to work on myself. Let me go to the gym. When in all actuality, you're just deflecting everything that's reflected back onto you. Literally, that's all it is. Men have no desire to get better when they recognize that they put other people at disadvantages, especially women. Like, that's just the case. That is exactly why you have women who don't want you. Women know this. Women will probably agree, but they don't give a shit. They already know this. That's why they're not talking to y'all niggas no more. They don't fucking like. They are actually so insanely disgusted with you. It is insane to even comprehend. If they could kill all of you, I'm quite certain they would. I am quite certain that women would get together and kill every single man on this planet if it brought them the peace of truly just being alone without the idea of a man even muttering in her ear. Like that is the point that I'm quite certain a majority of really, 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 really phenomenal great women have gotten to. That they don't care about a man. They literally, that is why you see so many of, that's why you see Shira Seven and a whole bunch of other life coaches that are women getting on the internet. You see a whole bunch of elderly black women that are congratulating younger women for recognizing that a man really holds no value whatsoever if he isn't working and if he cannot provide, because any other form, like, we're not saying you ain't allowed to have hobbies and none of that. It's just saying that, like, when it comes to a woman, you understand, like, what, the patriarchy that y'all created, designed them to quote unquote be. They've moved out of that, and now they've recognized that if you actually fuck with me, you're gonna show me that you fuck with me. Buy something, pay for something, produce something, build something, grow something, and add to my life, because I'm not gonna let anybody take away from mine.
Yeah.
Women are done. They're not getting older and getting frustrated and feeling like they're losing out. They've stopped caring. They have real educated, like, real women with just like this women. And I'm not saying there are other, well, yeah, because you got a lot of pygmies out there, but I'm saying real educated women, the ones who are being platformed, the ones who are blowing up, the ones who are getting to money, the ones who have their degrees, the ones who are truly educated. They're not gonna take any BS from somebody with a tuxedo from H&M, some good leather shoes from Cole Haan, a nice watch, and a $50 steak dinner. Like, steak not even $50 nowadays. You gotta pay $80 for a filet where I work at. Y'all are one take.
I totally agree with everything that he says. The thing is, the men are not even saying it this way. Most men are not saying this way. They are saying it in a way that, oh, we all need each other. We all need each other one way or the other. We all like, no, you guys need us more than we need you. You understand? You guys need us more than we need you. So when they say woman that is single and happy, they always want to look for something like she's not really that happy. She's gonna die alone with her cat. She has, used a lot of men for chakara when she was young. Now she wants to settle. She's not gonna settle for you because she knows what she wants. And you're not ready to give her what she wants. And these men are not ready to learn on how to treat a woman right. They are not ready. So because they are not ready, a lot of these men are going to be single. They are the ones that are going to die alone. They are the ones crying of loneliness epidemic. Have you seen women cry that they are lonely? Single women by choice are not lonely. They are happier because they don't even have time. They don't even have time because dating men is stressful, it's draining. Let me show you some reaction on this video. I'd like to know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section.
I can't. Why are there women in their 30s or 40s who are single? It obviously means they're not being picked.
A lot of men, especially toxic men, have this idea that a woman has no value if she's single later in life. But what they fail to realize is a lot of women who are single in their 30s and 40s are not single because they're not being picked. We're single because we're refusing to settle, and that's the difference. I own my home. I take care of my home. I have multiple degrees. I go to therapy. I'm working on my mental health. I take care of my children. I'm active in my grandchild's life. I take care of my body. I value my health, financial literacy. Those are things I built with hard work and consistency. But when I look around in the dating pool, I don't see a lot of men who are doing the same. It's not hard for me to get a man, but it is difficult to find men who are equally yoked. I want someone who shares the same mindset, the same drive, the same commitment to growth. If we're not building together, if we're not working on becoming a power couple, what are we doing? I'm not willing to sacrifice my peace, my progress, or my purpose for the sake of just saying I have someone. Being single later in life doesn't mean that a woman has no value. It means she knows exactly what her value is, and she's not willing to sacrifice her worth for anybody.
You know, the older they get, they recognize they don't want any of y'all. Like, I truly.
I just don't have anything in common with men. I don't have anything in common with men. I don't like them, and I don't want anything to do with them because we have nothing to do together or to talk about together. I like collecting shells, sea urchins, rocks, painting on them. I love history, but I'm more so interested in like cultural history and social histories, like rather than histories of dominance. I hate learning about conquest history, actually. I mean, I learn about it because I have to put certain things into context, but I'm more so interested in what women were doing in ancient times or in recent history. I love my animals, and I love my garden, my little mountain garden. I like hanging out with children because they're just kind of naturally drawn to like fun things that have nothing to do with men and sex and intoxicants and violence. Like they just like to make stuff and do creative things and explore their environments. I try to literally be as emotionally intelligent and educated as I can be, especially in my intimate friendships and relationships. I love like herbalism. I like chewing resins from trees. I don't really care for like male-centric philosophy or like intellectual traditions that I feel add no value to the planet Earth besides aggrandizing men's egos and like separating them further from the collective. I'm just not really interested in male crafts. I'm not interested in male topics. I'm not interested in the male psyche. Like none of this is interesting to me. I find the things that they find to be cool to be incredibly boring. I find them to be obnoxious, vulgar most of the time. I find that they lack a lot of depth and that I'm trying, like, when I'm forced to have a social interaction with them, I'm like having to work really hard to mine for anything of substance, and before I just kind of realize that there's nothing of substance there and that like I don't even know why I'm interacting with this like living creature. I don't even feel like men and women should have been interacting as much as they do in like modern co-ed society. I don't know, there's literally nothing to like about them. There's nothing to like about them. And I feel that most men just kind of suck my energy from me. It's like a very clear and cut energetic vampirism that's going on. I just don't want to deal with it. And most women are also just like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing this, guys? Like, this is so much more interesting to me. What she is doing right now is so infinitely much more interesting to me than the activities of any man. I mean, really, any man. I don't care what they think. I don't care what they want. I don't care. I'm in my own worlds. We are in our own worlds, frankly. We women. We're just in our own worlds. And whenever I want, I can find a man to have children with, when I'm ready for that. And I don't feel that he needs to be involved in the raising of my children. Like, I feel like I'm going to figure it out. I do want children. I want to have my own children. And I have a number of like male suitors who would have children with me, but I don't necessarily want them around. I don't want to deal with them on a daily basis. I don't have the emotional energy or the masking abilities to pretend like I'm interested in their worlds and in their lives. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm interested in what I got going on. I'm interested in like healing my women, healing my female relatives, tending to the living creatures that, may or may not rely on me. Ooh! Girl, it's what I'm interested in. Men's worlds are just boring. And they're just boring. I've been with enough men. I've been in relationships with enough men to know it's just kind of boring stuff. It's just not much there, frankly. And to be honest, like when I am around my women, the idea of like being with a man or wanting a man or the desire for a man literally doesn't even enter my mind, like for a single second. Like I'm just busy. I'm a Cancer, so I'm more of a maternal force. I like to cook. I like to take care of the people around me, the women around me. Like I like to organize the activities. I like to be busy. Like I'm busy in my day. I am busy, girl. I like pretty much babysit for several hours a day the two little girls who live down the street from me, and we're always doing like fun stuff. Like, until the minute that I go to bed, I just don't even have time. Like also there's just too much to like learn about. There's too much to rebuild.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to exit the capitalist system, girl. Nobody has time, excuse me. Who has time to be entertaining these parasites? They're energetic parasites. Like the body doesn't lie. The intuition in the body does not lie, girl. Like who has time for this? We're trying to build things here, girl. And honestly, if we're being honest, like women have been forced to live with men for so many thousands of years. But I earnestly believe that if you gave most young women, I'm not even talking about older women, young women a choice to live with men, most of them would say absolutely not. If you had given me that choice at like age 18, 19, I would have been like, no, I don't want to live with them. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to interact with them. I just don't care. Like, so yeah. That's where we're at, girl.
The month of August alone, the kind of videos that I saw of women that went on a date with a man, the ones that have decided to, shut down dating, they were like, shut it down. They shut down dating and they were like, okay, let me reopen it. Let it not be as if, let me see. So they went back to taste that dating thing again. They had to run back to their single life because they're like, this old dating thing is not for me. So I feel like I saw like 3 or 4 videos of women that talk about their dating experience and the fact that they said they stopped dating at a point. They were like focusing on themselves and their career, enjoying themselves. All of a sudden they were like, oh, you know what? Let me just date again. Let me date. Let me go to this dating sites. Let me meet men. Let me go on dates. Let me accept a date. And they decided to accept some of these dates and they came back to give us gist saying that they're not doing it again. Like it's exhausting. It's exhausting, it's tiring. Like what kind of men, like why are these men like this? Most of them don't even want to take you on a date for them to pay. They want you to pay for the date. And men are saying that women are choosing to be single. Women don't want to date anymore. They are not asking the right question. Why are these women not dating us again? What can we do to improve ourselves? What are the things we need to do? What are the things we have to stop doing so that we can have these women back? Because without them, we can't progress. And they don't know. Like they don't want to talk about it. What they want to talk about is how lonely you will be when you're single. And the thing is, you being single doesn't mean that you're lonely. In fact, you can even be in a relationship and still be lonely AF. So being single does not equals to being lonely. You can be single, be happy. You have other activities. Look at the last creator talking about a lot of things that she does engage in a day that she doesn't even think about being with a man. She doesn't even think about, having conversations with them. The crazy part is sometimes having conversations with a man is stressful because they don't get it. I don't know how to explain it. When you have conversation with some men, you're just tired. You just have to keep quiet and be looking like, okay, when you're done talking, you will shut up because it's stressful, it's draining. Sometimes you just wonder, why are you even in this position having conversations with them? These are the kind of men you want to date. You see a lot of women come online to talk about their relationship and just give us little clip about their relationship, and we are seeing how toxic the relationship is, but they are not even seeing it, right? We see the effort women put in a relationship, and if you see the effort the men put in, like the math is not matching. It's like it's not. And the way they always look at single women as if they are lonely, they are, they are not happy, is wrong. Like that, and the thing is that it's so wrong that they are just jealous. They are just jealous. Is men, see, men cannot stay alone without having somebody, but a woman can live alone, be happy with a lot of people around herself. She's happy and she's single and she's happy. But these men cannot. So the fact that they cannot do it, I don't know, it's amazed them when they see women that just decide and choose not to send men at all. When you just see a woman that is, progressive, and she's happy, she's doing well for herself, they're like, and without a man, now there's no man attached to the success, they're amazed. They will always want to look for how they will put a man to it. That they will say she's a prostitute. They will look for something. Like they always want to attach a woman with a man. The thing is, if these men do not actually come to work on themselves and to see how they can better themselves, I feel like a lot of women are going to start choosing the single lifestyle, and I feel like that's the best for women. I feel like most women should just be single because you need to work on yourself. You need to know yourself. You need to love yourself because I feel like women have been conditioned to always want to be with a man, to always have a man around, to always be dating, to always fight for men. It's women that fight for men. You see two women fighting for a man, right? I feel like women have been conditioned to do all of that. I feel like I just wish the thing can just switch. Women should not even think about dating. Once they come and they don't match your standard, bye bye. Don't even stress. Don't even see if you can change them. Don't train them. Let them go and train themselves. Let them go to therapy. Let them not use you as therapist. Let them not use you as Bob. Let them not build. Don't build with them. Let them build themselves, focus on their goals and all of that before they come and start dating. Most of them don't even have goals and ambition. They just want to be in a relationship with a woman that will help put them through. You see a man saying, I just want to be in a relationship with somebody that will teach me how to be a man. Like they don't even know what they want. They don't even know how to start their life. Most of the time, they just always want to be with a woman to help them build their future or their career. Anyway, you guys, what's your take on this video? Kindly share your thoughts down in the comment section, respectfully. As always, your girl Maria David, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.